House Majority Whip is Tom Emmer. Congressman Tom Emmer represents Minnesota. He's been in Congress for 10 years. Welcome, Congressman Emmer. Tell me something, Mr. Whip. How many shutdowns have you been through in a decade?
I think we've had a couple since I've been here, Hugh. And by the way, it's great to see you. It's been a while, and good to see an old friend still going. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to quit. I had another Minnesotan on earlier today, Tom Weiler, and as long as there's politics, I'll keep doing this. But, Congressman, I really don't understand that. I normally know what a shutdown is about. There's normally an issue that one party gets mad at the other one, and whoever shuts the government down loses, but they lose on a matter of principle. This is a Seinfeld shutdown. It's about nothing.
What a great line. It is about nothing. I mean, if you look at what's happened here in Washington, it's almost like role reversal. We've been here before, but it wasn't the way it's set up with Chuck Schumer and Democrats being the one that want to shut this place down. I mean, look, Republicans in the House, Hugh, were reasonable and responsible. We passed a continuing resolution that gives the government about 7 weeks of funding through November 21st, because we've got Republicans and Democrats, as you probably are aware, who have been involved in a conference committee. The first motion to go to conference, I think maybe since 2014, was made the second week of September. They believe they're very close on these appropriations bills. This gives them a little time to finish that up, wrap that up, as we try to move back towards a more regular order appropriations process. It's the reasonable thing to do. All of a sudden, Chuck Schumer wants $1.5 trillion in new spending and is literally making things up out of whole cloth. It's pretty wild. If he's dumb enough to shut this thing down tonight, Hugh, it would be felony dumb. I mean, it's not only going to be the Schumer shutdown, and Democrats are going to have to answer for it, but you got governor's races in states like Virginia and New Jersey who could definitely be impacted.
Felony dumb is the line I'm going to steal from you, because I had Lieutenant Governor Sears on to open the program. She has surged to low single digits on the boys and girls sports issue, and now the Democrats are going to furlough without pay a couple of million Northern Virginians. It might be that many people, if you include the household, not just the direct federal worker. They're not going to get paid. They have to go to work if they're essential, but they're not going to get paid. Could that possibly be good politics?
No, it's terrible politics. I mean, this is all about an old man who's played past his prime, who is scared of losing his job. So he's trying to show people in his base that he can fight. He's not putting the American people first. And I'm going to tell you that your lieutenant governor that you had on, she is in a great position. She's running against a very strong Democrat who literally runs as a Republican. But it's not so much the federal employees. They're going to be huge. But remember, those that just get furloughed and come back to work, they get back pay, Hugh. It's the federal contractors, and you have a bunch of federal contractors in the state of Virginia. They're just out the money. This is a huge thing. If Chuck Schumer and Democrats in the Senate, again, are dumb enough to shut the government down over their little political, move, instead of putting the American people first, they're going to answer for it. And Chuck Schumer it's going to be his shutdown, and you very well may have a Republican governor in Virginia again.
I have said this to Brett Baer, and I have said it to David Drucker. John Thune is the least like Michael Corleone of anyone I know on the Hill. But the line that Michael Corleone used when he was getting shaken down in Godfather Part 2, here's my offer, nothing. I think that's Thune's line. I think that's Speaker Johnson and your line, isn't it? You and Leader Scalise, just nothing. We're not doing anything.
We already did it, Hugh. I mean, we passed a continuing resolution that is not partisan. This is something that the Democrats in the Senate actually supported just 6 months ago. More importantly, Hugh, this is something that Democrats in the Senate voted for 13 times under the Biden administration. What has changed? Well, Donald Trump is in the White House. Just because you've got an issue with Donald Trump doesn't mean that you should put the American people in the rearview mirror. You got to put the American people first and do your job. There's nothing to negotiate with these guys. They've got all they need. And by the way, their negotiation, what are you going to negotiate? You're going to give them 1.4 million illegal aliens back on taxpayer-funded health care, something that Republicans in the House and the Senate cured in July with the Working Families Tax Cut Act, I think is what we're calling it now. The bill that President Trump signed into law. You're going to give them $500 million that they want for radical news outlets that they want to prop up. You're going to take away $50 billion from rural health care. You're going to give the billions that they want to foreign countries for climate projects. There's nothing to negotiate here. This is a great deal. This is about putting the American people first, and Chuck Schumer better keep that in mind. And by the way, if he wants to go on this fairy tale run that he's still big and powerful in Washington, D.C., hopefully you've got 7 or more Democrats that are in his caucus that are looking at it saying, yeah, I'm not going to let the Pied Piper fool walk me off the end of the pier. I'm going to do what's right for the American people, the people that hired me to do this job.
Well, you've got Jean Shaheen, she's quitting, and Tina Smith, she's quitting. But that's only 2, and they need at least 5 more, probably 6, because I think Rand Paul doesn't vote for any CRs at all. And I don't think he's got 6 more. So I'm just curious. You walk the hallways with everyone, Congressman Emmer, and you're the whip. You talk to everybody. Do the Democrats even have talking points? Do they have an argument to make? Because I have not seen an argument yet.
No, their argument is Republicans got to get serious about Americans' health care. And literally, it's a false positive that they're trying to give off. And you know what's great, Hugh, is once again, these arrogant political elites on the left think that Americans aren't smart enough to understand what they're doing. Americans are a lot smarter than they give them credit for. And I just want to add, Tina Smith quit a long time ago. She quit on the state of Minnesota. It's great that she's finally going to vacate the seat so that we can get somebody in there, a Republican, that actually comes to Washington and wants to govern. Because you're seeing exactly what the American people did not want when they gave Donald Trump 77 million votes last November. They are sick and tired of the way these Democrats are doing business on the far left because they aren't governing. They're literally telling Main Street all across this country what they believe is the right thing to do rather than listening to the American people. The Republican Party under Donald J. Trump are listening to the American people, and we're delivering.
You know, quick exit question, Whip Emmer. Weiler's my guy. I know, Tom, I know you probably don't endorse in the primary. But do you think Minnesota can flip? We've elected Republicans there once in a while. Norm Coleman, Rudy Boschwitz, Dave Durenberger. Do you think it's possible to get a senator up there?
I absolutely do. And I believe that the biggest gift we were given is Tim Walz saying he's going to run for a 3rd term. This guy is the most incompetent. He's been exposed on the national stage. He's an embarrassment. His own party doesn't want him to run. And think about this. You've got sitting U.S. Representative Angie Craig, and you've got the lieutenant governor running against each other. It's a perfect opportunity for us with this incompetent failed governor at the top of the ticket to slip in and win that Senate race.
Hang tough on the Hill there, Whip Emmer. Good to see you again.